All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and address it. First off, before I even talk about what happened, let's just talk about how garbage Steelers played last night. I mean, because, well, I don't really like to use injuries as an excuse or whatever, but I mean, come on. James Conner's out. Juju Smith-Schuster's out. Deontay Johnson, he's out. I mean, come on, the dude got concussed and his ear was bleeding. Let's see. Our front line played like garbage. The coaching on the offensive side of the ball was freaking terrible. Even like a low level college football coach could have called a better offensive game than that. Does Mike Tomlin deserve some of the blame too? Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure. The thing is, every time a fourth and short does not go our way, people always want to blame the head coach. When y'all know the damn well, if the game is on the line and y'all trying to win or y'all trying to at least get back in the game, y'all would have done the same damn thing. But now, the Steelers lost 21-7. And a lot of people say, well, that 7 was a gift decision. That 7 was a gift because the only reason why is because we got like a 40-plus yard penalty, and that set us up in field goal range, and we actually scored. But we haven't really had any. We had like no running game. I think we didn't. I don't even think we had like 50 yards on the ground, which is pathetic, even for facing a Cleveland Browns team. That shit was ridiculous. But the thing is, the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers got to go up against the Bengals next week. I mean, at the Bengals Stadium. So the thing is, we're down 3 players. Like I said, if you got a concussion, you're out for at least a week or two. If James Conner, like, I love the guy, and I know he has a very good story or whatever, but I don't know, he's just so injury prone. He cannot stay healthy. That's not his fault, but I mean, whatever. But anyway, now on to what I really wanted to talk about. The whole Mason Rudolph, Myles Garrett brawl between them. All right, this is what I saw what happened. All right, and the thing is, this was completely unnecessary on both sides. Is you're already up 14 points, and there's only less than 10 seconds left in the game. This is unnecessary. All right, first off, when he released the ball on a screen pass, then Myles Garrett proceeded to hit, contact after the play was over. He drove Mason Rudolph to the ground, drove his shoulder into him. That's what I saw. And the thing is, people say that, I watched the footage over and over and over, and people say that Mason Rudolph kicked him in the groin, whether it was intentional, unintentional, whatever. I mean, of course, you know how, if you kick a man in his, then yeah, you're going to get some kind of retaliation. But here's what I saw. Like, even if that was the case, he had his hands around Mason Rudolph's neck or around the collar of his jersey while he was on the ground. And then that's when Mason Rudolph proceeded to grab him by his face mask. And then that's when Myles Garrett got pissed off, yanked him up by his helmet, ripped his helmet off, and then as soon as he ripped his helmet off, that's when the two old linemen from the Steelers, the center and one of the old linemen, they was restraining him. They was restraining Myles Garrett. And then that's when Mason Rudolph charged at him to try to hit him with no helmet on. The last time I seen something like this happen was Cortland Finnegan and Andre Johnson, even though Cortland Finnegan got his ass whooped, but whatever. But yeah, he charged at Myles Garrett, but Myles Garrett took his helmet and tried to crack him over the skull with it. And then that's when the two old linemen from the Steelers just started whooping his ass. It was another defender from the Browns who got suspended because he pushed him off, because he pushed him down. And like I said, all of this is happening when the play is already dead and over with. That's unnecessary. Now, let's talk about all parties involved. Mason Rudolph, does he deserve some kind of suspension, or does he deserve some kind of punishment for his hand in it? He deserves at least a $100K fine for me. But see, here's the thing. This is what people don't get. If you are a quarterback, there's kind of favoritism towards you in the league. And not to mention, 1, he's a quarterback. And 2, he just came back from a concussion. So, of course, he's going to be getting extra sympathy points from the referees, the teams in the league. So, of course, that's going to be the case. But, yeah, he deserves some kind of, punishment. He'll be back next week. But, to be honest, I don't really think he should be back next week. 1, for the way he played, because he threw 4 interceptions and didn't even have 200 yards in the air. And number 2, he needs to be in concussion protocol for getting cracked in the head over the helmet and taking blows to the head. All right. Now Myles Garrett, they've already suspended him indefinitely. I mean, he's already done for at least a season. Um, that was uncalled for what he did. I mean, I know that you're in the moment, and I mean, if somebody, the thing is, we're humans, we're people. If somebody is trying to hit us, whether we're in the right or we're in the wrong, we automatically go into attack mode. Somebody is charging at us, you're not gonna be like, ho, wait a minute there, let's talk about this civilly. No, you're gonna go after their ass, whether you got a helmet in your hand or not. Now, I'm not saying I'm not defending what he was doing. I'm just saying that's just basic human reaction. That's just how you're gonna react if somebody's charging at you. But yeah, that's kind of a dick move, trying to hit somebody in the hip. I mean, come on. If you are a 6'5", 260 plus pound defensive end, what the hell do you need a helmet to hit somebody with for? The thing is, he's already, him and Mason Rudolph are more or less the same size as far as height. But come on, if you're a defensive end, you can weigh anywhere from 255, 260 to 300 pounds. So he's already got at least a good 20, 30 pounds on Mason Rudolph. So why the hell are you trying to hit him? And the thing is, like I said, he was already on the ground. He could have knocked him out just from a tackle alone. Y'all saw how he drove him into the ground when he first made contact with him, which was unnecessary too. But yeah, his punishment should be. He's already got the indefinite suspension. He's going for the rest of the year, pretty much, and I believe he's probably gonna get at least $150,000 fine. Now, for the whole Marquise Pouncey thing, now this one I don't really believe that he should have got a suspension, or at least he got a 3-game suspension. I don't even think he should have got a 1-game suspension. Well, he shouldn't have got more than a 1-game suspension. He should, a 1-game suspension and a $50,000 fine would suffice. But as if the Steelers weren't already crippled enough going into next week's game. Like I said, we're missing our best wide receiver. Well, missing our number 1 and number 2 wide receivers, missing our running back. And, we're already going into, we're already up the creek without a paddle with them in the position we're in. We're 5-5. And this loss would not hurt as much if it wasn't a divisional loss. But y'all got to understand, this is I'm not justifying the actions or whatever, but this is the history of when you talk about the AFC North, you were talking about hard-hitting, smash-mouth football. This is the games always get chippy, games always get real physical between these two. There's always fights, there's always little scraps in between. Y'all got to understand, even though it's never been to this extreme before, you never had somebody try to take somebody's head off with a helmet. But still, y'all got to understand, this is Steelers and Browns football. This is AFC North divisional football that we talk about here. But yeah, all right, what's messed up is Mason had a concussion. Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. He had a concussion 3 or 4 weeks earlier, and then you're cracking a 6'5", 260-pound man is cracking somebody over the helmet with a. The thing is, he's lucky that he did not hit him with the crown of the helmet. He's lucky that he hit him with the side of the back part of the helmet, because that could have caused bleeding. I mean, the thing is, y'all already know that CTE and, concussions and brain damage is already a big thing in football. If he would have hit him the wrong way, the thing is, if y'all want to talk, all right, let's talk about momentum right quick. If you're running at somebody, and then if somebody who's the size of Myles Garrett is swinging their helmet and you run into it, that's going to knock you out. It could have killed him. Because the thing is, this is the way the human brain works. The human head is not meant to be hit, because it's not enough padding in our skulls. Because what a concussion is your skull knocking around inside of your brain, your brain knocking around inside of your skull like a ping pong ball. The human human skull is not meant to take that much damage. So on top, like I said, on top of that, you running into somebody and then you run it full force, bam. I'm surprised that he did not get knocked out. I pretty much the only reason why he was conscious is because he hit him with the wrong side of the helmet and he was all pumped up and full of adrenaline. So y'all know how football players are. But the suspension for Myles Garrett was justified. Like I said, now the Marquise Pouncey deal. Like I said, I don't really feel like I said, to me, a $100,000 fine and a 1-game suspension is fine enough. But at the end of the day, he was just defending his quarterback. Now, I will admit it that, the kick to the helmet was kind of unnecessary, but, I mean, like I said, come on, y'all. If it was y'all, I'm pretty sure that y'all would have done the same thing, regardless. And there's a defensive player. There was that safety that secondary player. I believe he's a corner safety. Ozukuna or something like that. Okazuna. Oh yeah, Okazuna. He was playing too. I mean, he was the one that put Deontay Johnson in the concussion protocol, hit him in the side of the head and let him bleed from his ear. So he's suspended for at least 2 games, I believe. And then the other defensive player who got suspended too, who pushed Mason Rudolph down to the end of the play, he's going for at least a game. But yeah, I mean, it was just nasty. I mean, it was a nasty thing to watch. Because, I mean, the thing is, to be honest, as soon as Mason Rudolph threw that 4th interception, I cut the game off. I didn't find out about the fight until about 5 minutes later. So, yeah. But the Steelers, the Steelers got a 5-5 record. They sitting right at 500. At first, I said the Steelers. At first, I was like, man, we could win out. But, dropping the divisional game to the Browns, you kind of expect that. I mean, especially with the condition where we was in, being shorthanded with all the players who were injured and stuff. But still, that's a damn shame. But anyway, y'all got any opinions that y'all want to say, or y'all got anything that y'all want to add? I wish there was more people, who I could interact with this. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. I mean, that joke is ridiculous. But I will see y'all on here next time, and I'll probably be on here next Tuesday, next Wednesday to talk about it live again with my sports podcast crew. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace out.